Welcome back, guys, to Sharpen Your Sword podcast, episode 30 today. We have a very interesting topic today, guys. It's the topic of AI, the takeover of AI. Okay? Very interesting topic, and we were just talking, Gio and I, in the back room, and we kind of just went down this rabbit hole and got our minds spinning. And so I told them, hey, since we're on this topic, let's go shoot this podcast. All right, guys. So you guys stay tuned. This is going to be a very beneficial episode for you guys, especially the younger folks, or really for everybody, okay? For job security and the security of your life and the quality of your life as well. So I'm going to pass it on to Gio, and I'm going to let Gio take over and let him talk about how we got here and kind of give a background on the takeover of AI.
What is going on, guys? You're the world's favorite co-host here talking to you. So, guys, this is a very serious podcast. Not a lot of jokes will be cracked. So yesterday I saw a video of this entrepreneur. Funny enough, this is episode 30. And the entrepreneur was saying, you got to 2030. He said, you have 5 years to make it happen. It says, the reason is that by 2030, AI is going to take over. The jobs are going to take over. So as a person, you have these 5 years to take over, to make money, to make something out of yourself before the AI completely takes over. And so I brought this up to you, right? And we were talking. And to me, at first it was like, it was kind of like a nonchalant conversation. And then we just got deeper and deeper, like, wait a minute. and then we started looking up the facts. And then one of the craziest facts, it says that 78 million jobs will be displaced in America, not in the world, in America. 78 million. In America, we have a little over 400 million people. That's almost a quarter of the population. That's including the population. The 400 million is including toddlers, kids that don't work. So that's a huge portion of the working population. And so, as you can hear my voice, this is a very serious topic because this affects everybody, you know? People think that we have time. You think you're in college, you're partying, you're having fun. You're an adult, you're taking it easy, you're taking it chill. I got time. You do not got time. You know, they just realized me. I'm like, man, Budgeon, y'all think I'm working, I ain't doing nothing. Because you got 5 years to make it happen. 5 years, that's nothing. I'm 5 years out of high school. I blinked and I got here. I'm going to blink and I'm going to get to 5 years, which I'm going to be 28. I'm going to blink and I'm going to be 28. And if I don't do anything right now, if I don't hustle right now like crazy, I'm going to blink and the economy left me behind. And I'm just going to be one number in these 73 million, 78 million, 73. I'm just going to be one of these numbers. Mm-hmm. And I think you said it best this morning. You're talking about how people get into shouting matches and online matches and on Facebook talking about politics and all that stuff. And I'm red, I'm blue, I'm purple, whatever, you know. At the end of the day, when you're one of these 73 million and you got no job, none of these people are going to feed you. That's what you said. You said, if you're on the street, nobody on this Facebook or social media will feed you. And that's the reality of it is. When everybody's unemployed, with this big majority of people unemployed, nobody's going to come save you. Nobody cares about you. Even your best friends, they love you, but they got to look out for themselves before they look out for you. Mm-hmm. And as a man, it's your responsibility to look out for yourself and for your family. So this is when it really hit me. Is like, bro, this is real. Yep. Like alarm clocks are ringing. Like not alarm clocks, red alarms are ringing in my head right now. Yeah. You know, and this is super serious. And then everybody goofing off in life and the world right now. But I'm goofing off in life right now. You got no time. Yep. You know, and that's what we're shooting this podcast today, is because you got no time. Five years is nothing. Right. It's gonna come by, and then and there's the new age. These robots came. You know, I thought the future's here. Mm-hmm. The future's here. I thought the future was gonna be when I was old in my rocking chair. I thought it was when I was gonna be talking crap to my grandkids or my kids, like, oh, you kids don't understand. You know, with this new age stuff, I thought I was gonna be old talking about that stuff. It's here. You see it in everyday life, but we'll get into that. But that is what brought this whole conversation started, and that's what inspired this episode. This is just an alarm. This AI is coming here to take over, and this is not like paranoid talking about, oh, dude, He missing his tinfoil hat. This is for real, you know?
Yeah. And that's why I really wanted to shoot the podcast, is because we were having a serious conversation about something. And then you hit me with this, and I'm like, and I'm listening to you talk. And this is my problem also. My problem is I'm like, I got it. I tell you this all the time, right? It's like, I'm going to be fine. I'm going to make a way. I'm going to find a way, right? But I was thinking, man, like, I hope God gives me the knowledge. I hope God gives me everything I need. The open mind, everything that I need to keep going. But how many people do believe that? How many do people believe I got this, or I will find a way? It sounds crazy. I'll find a way. Just live. I'll have my farm, and I told you, I will survive off the farm. I will find a way. I will hunt. I will gather. I will harvest. I will homestead. I will live. I will find a way for me and my family, right? Now I did take the precaution almost 5 years now. It's 4 years, 4 years now. I bought a farm 4 years ago. So it's not like of course I want to live the farm life, but it's not like I'm just doing it just to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm going to survive. I'm going to be self-sufficient. So nobody thinks that. And when they think that, and for the most of the viewers, like, you can say it's paranoia, you can say whatever it is, and we don't want to start scaring folks. That's whatever you want to think. Okay? But this is why I wanted to make this podcast right away. It was spontaneous. We were just sitting and having a talk, and I'm like, bro, let's go shoot a podcast. It's because I want to try to get you guys ahead of the curve. That's my main goal, is to try to get most of these guys ahead of the curve that are not paying attention to it, or the younger generation that has not set their life up, or the young man, the young woman that has not taken life seriously yet, that's not went out and found a trade job or equipped themselves with the right skill to acquire money. All right? So that's my whole point of this. And even though I say I got it, and I truly believe I got it, things change rapidly, right? The economy changes, AI is here, right? And you have to make sure that you have security, job security, financial security, or the security just to live, a good quality of life. You have to create that. And that's the problem that I think most people don't understand. Or that's the problem that we have in society today. Like, you have to be the one that creates this for yourself and your family. You have to make it happen. Nobody else does.
Yeah.
Your family doesn't, which is like your brothers, sisters, parents, grandparents, uncles. They have nothing to do with your family. When you have a wife and kids, that's your wife and kids. That's your family. That's your responsibility. That's your job. For them to survive, for them to live, for them to eat, that's your responsibility. You have to come up with that. Nobody else does.
Yeah.
Not even the government. And so people ignore this. Like, people act like, yeah, of course, I know that. That's my family. That's my wife. No, you don't. You're full of shit.
Your actions don't reflect that.
Your actions don't reflect it. Because if you truly believe it, you would work in a different way. You would have a different intention. And that's why I want to talk about this AI thing. As everybody I call, like when you first started working with that, I tell you, everybody's asleep. Everybody's a robot. Everybody's just walking on the face of this earth. They're going in like this cycle of wake up, eat, work, shit, sleep, repeat. On repeat, that's all you see. And so we already see like the struggles of our economy now. You have people crying on Facebook, legit like begging, crying on Facebook that they can't feed their family. And we are nowhere near like the disaster. And it's already happening now. There's people that I know that have good jobs that are complaining about paying the bills and feeding their family. Yeah. So what does that tell you? You know, it's not whether you're a parent or this is what's happening, unfolding in front of us. You know?
Yeah.
And so what the hell are you going to do about it? AI is coming. It's here. You know, I remember, I've said on the podcast before, I was in Indianapolis. I think it was in Indianapolis for a tournament. And this was one of the first Walmarts I walked into that was like this. And I walked in and I would go to check out. And somebody was with me. And I just pulled my phone out. And I took a picture of it. I took a video. And they're like, what's going on? I'm like, bro, this is 4 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, this is a problem. Now, for a business, it's not a problem. Business makes more money. It's more efficiency, less overhead. But for the American people, it's a problem. Because you just got rid of hundreds of people just at that Walmart, hundreds of people from the registers. This is 4 years ago in that specific location, almost every single one was self-checkout. I think there was one regular checkout, one lady.
Yeah.
That was it. And this was 4 years ago, bro. Every single damn register was self-checkout. The Walmart that's here locally, just this year they renovated and they made two big checkout sections. Mm-hmm. Two big ones on both sides of the store. It used to always be on one side of the store back in the day. Mm-hmm. You know? Now almost every store, both Kroger and Walmart, both sides of the stores. Yep. You know what I mean?
You know what's funny? I went to my local Walmart. I hadn't been there in a while. And then I walked in. I said, oh, wow, they renovated this place. And then I went and got my stuff. I really didn't pay attention to the checkout section. I just walked past it. I went and got my stuff. And then I came back to pay. And it was divided. I think it was like 40 cash registers. And I remember we were talking about it, thinking about it. Each cash register takes up like 3 people that you rotate throughout the day. Because most of those jobs are part-time. So that's 3 people. That's all these cash registers, self-checkout. So it went from 3 people per each one. Now they only had 2 people. One person telling people which cash register was open. Hey, you go there. You go to 16. You go to number 3. And they had one lady just looking, making sure everybody was scanning their stuff, make sure nobody's stealing. And then just the people that check your receipt at the beginning, at the front. Mm-hmm. So that's, what is that? That was 40 registers. That's 40 times 3 jobs. 40 times 3. That's 120 jobs lost right there. Or replaced. You know? And then it's easy to think, okay, that's just my place. That's happening around the whole nation. Yep. And this is just the beginning. Yep. You know?
And the whole point that I'm getting to, guys, is like the way I want to talk about, and I know Gio's gonna go in on a different kind of rant, and he's gonna be on the same thing. But the main thing I want to point out is, what are you doing right now? Like this, for me, that's what I talk about. Is life, creating the life that you want. That's all that matters to me right now, right? Of course, help people, but you can't help people if you can't help yourself, maybe. Right? And so, what are you doing right now? We're telling you right now what's going to happen. Okay, we all know, you can all see it already, how hard it is to get a good job. I left school with a biomedical engineering degree. I was one of the guys that I didn't want to go work with the engineering. Everybody told me biomedical engineering is a hot field to go into. Okay, I got the degree, biomedical engineering. I graduated from a good engineering school. Okay, not everybody that graduated with me got a job, and that's an engineering job. That's something to like pat your back. Yeah, like a good job, bro. You're an engineer. Like almost back in the day, they were like, "Hey, you're an engineer. You got a guaranteed job." Yeah, that's what they used to tell us. How many people that in my class graduated and got a job? Not all of them. And that's an engineering job. So if you're going for underwater basket weaving, and you're going to college to have fun, and some people don't want to like, what do they say? They're like, I'm going to college to grow or
find myself or something like that.
To find myself or like to enjoy life or to kind of like grow by myself without my parents' lead. And bro, shut the hell up. You learn all that by working. You can learn most of that stuff, life skills, by going to work. People don't want to accept that. You don't go to learn life skills in college. Mm-hmm. You either learn something or you party. You know what I'm saying? This is what all the colleges that I went to. Hey, let's party this week. Let's party this week. Let's do this. Let's do that. And then you had the ones that were on a strict learning career. So that's people that graduate with good degrees, with the engineering degree. And nothing against people like that go for kinesiology, right? Everybody graduates kinesiology. How many of you guys got jobs? You know, so a lot of you guys got to think about, like, what am I going to do? Because, like, I have to talk about the man and the woman these days, because the women kind of rely on themselves, and they can't rely on men apparently, and so forth, right? But I'm going to specifically talk about the man. It's your responsibility. It's your job for the survival of your bloodline, of your lineage. It's your responsibility to keep that going. Okay? And how are you going to be the man of the household and you can't provide for the family? What have you done to set yourself up for that? I see so many young people, and it's cute, right? It's cute, lovey-dovey puppy love, I call it. And I'm like, bro, okay, that's good, but what have you built for the family? What are you doing to build for that family? It's all good and sweet and cute. It looks cute on Facebook and Instagram. But what's going to happen when your job releases you? Your job of, and there's nothing wrong. Like I've learned, my dad told me, as long as you're working, you have dignity, you have pride. But you need to work. If you make your living off picking trash, then you make your living off picking trash. There's no shame in that. And I agree. If you make your living off mopping floors, there's no shame in that. You're making a living for yourself and your family. There is no shame in that. So as long as you're working, there's no shame. Mm-hmm. But okay, let's just talk about, for example, and this may take a little bit longer because AI is not going to be able to do it as fast. But if you are the guy that cleans the floors and you work at Sam's Club and they're like, hey, I'm going to give you a 2-week notice, you got replaced by this robot, which we saw.
Yep.
We saw this. What the hell do you do next? What is the skills that you have that can get you another job for you to survive and your family to survive? If you go from that kind of job. Or you go from you're a cashier. Or you are in a warehouse. Manufacturing. These are the ones that are going to go first.
The unskilled jobs.
The unskilled jobs, right? And I don't want to make it sound harsh, say it's unskilled, but that's true. It's the unskilled jobs. Those are the ones that are going to go first. So if you are in that field, or if you don't have a job, okay, what are you going to do when that time comes? Because that time's coming. There's plenty of people. How many people don't have jobs right now? Millions of people.
Yeah. Don't have jobs right now.
Okay? So what's going to happen when you get replaced by a damn AI or robot?
It's going to be mayhem.
It's going to be mayhem. It's going to be crazy. And so I wanted to make this podcast specifically to kind of bring the awareness to you guys and let the like Gio said, the alarms, red alarms, the sirens are going off in his head. And the first thing that clicked in my head was like, bro, we got to say it on the podcast so you guys can hear it and start letting your wheels spin. And if you do have a good job and you do have money, right, and your financials are good, then look at financial management, right? Growing your wealth, controlling your money, managing your finances. That's another thing. And I need to bring Nick Whitaker on this. Mm-hmm. He knows a lot about this. So Nick Whitaker, guys, is a very smart guy, intelligent guy. And I can tell by the way he kind of operates, very cerebral, and he knows a lot about this financial stuff. And so I'm going to bring him on, actually, because that will help also.
Yeah.
Is if you are making a little bit of money, what to do with that money, right? Controlling that money, because that's another way to kind of prepare, right? Is to start holding your money instead of just letting it go. But it's your job to figure this out. Nobody else's job. And I told you in the back room, if you're so caught up in this, and we were talking about politics, all right, guys? We were talking about politics, and I'm not a political guy. I don't give a damn, okay? My thing is I'm not going to let the politics control my life. Like I told Gio when I was on the street, I had to split a Nutty Bar. If you guys ate Nutty Bars, some of you guys are probably too good for the Nutty Bars. Nutty Bars, guys, it's 2 bars, 2 wafer bars in 1 pack, cheap. I probably paid $1 for it. I ate 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon. I had nothing to eat. I was getting lightheaded. I was going to pass out. literally. And I had to get something. I had to scrounge some change and do that. But I told him, I said, when that happened, I didn't know what politics was. I didn't care who the president was. Mm. You know, my life didn't evolve around them. And now that I've, thank God, right, made a little bit, I still don't give a damn. I'm minding my own business. I'm doing my own thing. I'm aware of what's going on, but I'm not head, shoulder deep in there, you know, knee deep into the politics, worrying about that. No. Be aware, but be creating the life that you want. Be secure in your life. You know? And then you hit me with this, and I'm like, bro, people need to understand, let the little things go. Quit looking at the little things. Look at your life. You're here for another. Your expiration date is coming. That's one thing we do know. Mm-hmm. That day is coming. But until you get to that day, what are you doing? How are you living? Are you just a dead man walking? Is your wife and kids dead wife, dead family walking because of the circumstances that you have? Because you couldn't prepare for the future? You know? And this is where it's going to, like, you know, survival of the fittest. Natural selection process is going to go back into effect. It's always been in effect, but this is what's going to happen. If you don't have the right job, if you don't have the right skills, if you don't have skills, you're gonna miss a train.
100%. And then it goes back to what you said, you know, as a person, as a man, you know, this is your responsibility. This is it's totally up to you. You know, you can't sit back and blame the government. You can't sit back and just cry about it. You know, business is gonna be business. They're looking out for themselves at the end of the day. And my biggest thing is, like you said, it was like if I don't look out for me, no one's gonna look out for me. You know, nobody. Like I was thinking the other day, like, bro, I remember I told you, I'm like, nobody cares about your parents like you do. For you, your parents are the world. Somebody else, that's a random ass person. I don't care about them. You know, I'm gonna care about me. And this is why my alarm clocks are ringing, because my alarm is ringing, because the reality is nobody cares about you. Nobody's going to take care of you. You know, and so I'll make you guys some stats. So the number is 73 million jobs will be displaced by 2030. This is right around the corner, 2030. The biggest industries that will be affected are transportation, meaning truck drivers. They're already coming out with the AI. People are trying to say, no, we're a long time away. The technology at this day and age advances very rapidly. So that's going to be gone, right? Long haul trucking. Retail, all the jobs like Walmart, cashiers, they're gonna be gone. Dollar General starting to implement the self checkout. All these starting to do that. All these places are gonna be doing self checkout. The other day I saw this video. It's this guy went to Taco Bell. He ordered he made an order, and it was a robot taking his order. Right now he played the robot. He was like, "Let me get 10,000 water cups." And then they put somebody they put an actual person. How can I take your order? But for the most part, most people are not going. That guy had too much time. Most people need to get the food, go back to what they're doing about their life. So that robot already eliminated the cashier. You know, they're already transitioning us to a cashless society. So you're not going to need somebody to be giving you your change. And even a robot could do that. But put your card, doom. So all that cashier eliminated. Person in the front giving drinks and stuff, eliminated. The only person left at the moment will be the person cleaning and person cooking. In the future, the robot is going to cook everything, especially like fast food. That's all like same product made over and over and over and over again. Most of the stuff is frozen and they just cook it there. So now the whole restaurant is operating. I think we looked up the other day. I showed you the other day. It was like a McDonald's was operating automated. Mm-hmm. So all the McDonald's jobs, all the fast food jobs, right, gone. And this is the thing. I remember I was in high school, and the teacher said he used to work at Crystal's during the summer, and he said he was kind of patting himself on the back. He's like, "Man, I'm so good at running that place." The guy told me, he said, "Hey, if you ever need a job, if they fire you as a teacher, you got a job as being a manager here at Crystal's." Okay, that was his plan B. AI came in, Fudging Crystals is being run by all robots. He lost his teaching career. His plan B is gone because robots took his plan B. Now what's your plan C? And that's the thing. A lot of people fall back on unskilled jobs, right? It's as kind of a safety net. Like, fudge, if I can't get a job that requires my skill, I'll go get an unskilled job. I'll go flip some burgers. I'll go stack shelves. I'll go do whatever. Low paying, but it's going to keep me afloat. These jobs are going to be gone. There's no, I'm going to fall back on this, at least, right? That's going to be gone. Mm-hmm. So your plan B is gone now. What's your plan C? And so that's what people don't understand. It's, yes, if you are a person that doesn't work these jobs, you don't even think about them. But what happens when you get unemployed, laid off? Fudge, I need something quick. Especially if you don't got a big amount of savings, which we talked about the other day. 7 out of 10 people are living paycheck to paycheck. So 7 out of 10 people, they don't have savings to fall on. So they need a job fast. Which jobs are fast? These low-paying jobs. Now these low-paying jobs are gone. So what are you going to do? You're screwed. So retail, trucking, transportation, manufacturing, the warehouses. I remember I was in 2019, I was working at a warehouse. I worked at one warehouse, then I left that warehouse for another warehouse. Paid me a little bit more. And at one warehouse, we had people doing the job of folding the boxes. They had to fold the boxes and put it on the conveyor belt. And then the other people were throwing chips in the conveyor belt. And then I went to the other warehouse, and then I was like who's going to fold the boxes? And they're like, what do you mean who's folding the boxes? The machine is folding the boxes. So they had one person grab the cardboard, put it in the machine, then he'll run around and do other stuff, right? So he's doing multiple jobs now. And the machine would just fold the box up, put it, and throw on the conveyor belt. The machine alone was folding the boxes. This is 2019 technology. Now imagine where it's at now. Nowadays, the whole conveyor belt is going to be run by machines and robots. At the end of the day, machines, they don't need a break. They don't get heat exhaustion because a lot of these warehouses are hot as hell or cold as hell. They don't get sick. They maximize. They can run all day. These machines don't have birthdays. They don't have kids that they miss days. So at the end of the day, these are the best workers. They do not get tired. They never have no excuse to come in late, nothing. So these are all jobs that eventually these engineers, these nerds, right? People talk shit about them, but look how powerful they are now. They're going to push you out of your job. They're making these machines, and they're going to put people out. So warehouses, gone. Fast food, gone. Trucking, gone. These waiters, they think they got it safe. They think I'm going to put up with their attitude. Fudging, you know the Korean barbecue place we've been to. They got this little cat, right? Yep. The waiter comes in, what would he like? Touches the iPad, the meat, then a cat comes out with the food, right? And you just grab your meat and you cook it. So this is a beginning. It looks ugly. And
how many people did that get rid of?
That eliminated more people right there. Mm-hmm. You know? And people think, oh, look, it's cute. Ha, ha, ha. It's cute till it comes to your back into the woods. You're like, fudge, that robot put me out of my job. Mm-hmm. And that robot, let me tell you something. That robot ain't gonna have no ugly attitude. No. That robot gonna be happy to see you. And so, waiters, they're gonna be gone, bro. Waiters, the cooks, all these jobs. But what I'm getting to is, people are like, okay, yeah, 73 million people unemployed, right? People are like, AI will create new jobs. It's a new economy, right? Okay, like I told you back in the day, okay, back then we had horses. The car got invented. So the person that was working on horses, right, he lost his job because you no longer work on horses. Okay, but now here's cars. Now you're working in a factory. There used to be jobs where one person's whole job was to literally grab a bolt and then put it on the tire. Just bolt the tires onto the car. Mm-hmm. That job was done by robots now, right? So let's say you eliminate Stacy that's taking orders in McDonald's. Where's she gonna go? AI did not produce another role. What other role did it produce? It produced a very high skill job like coding or cybersecurity. Stacy, for example, I don't know Stacy. Stacy, for example, she works this unskilled job. She got a high school diploma. She's, let's say, 25. More than likely, the average person, the average human being, the reality, does not want to pursue further education. If it's not in you, you're not going to further pursue. You're stuck in your ways. So now Stacy's out of a job. Only job she can get is a high-skill job. And she needs to live. She needs to pay for food while she studies to learn this new job. Where is she going to get this food from? Where are all these people that are unemployed going to get food, water, shelter? Who do you got to depend on now? Other people ain't going to do it for you. Your granny, Social Security checks are not going to be enough for you and for her. Who do you got to depend on? Who's going to come and save the day? Nobody. Who might come and save the day? Maybe the government, if they do UBI, which is Universal Basic Income. Now you're a slave to the government. Now you have to do whatever they say because you're depending on them. You want to depend on the government? You think the government is looking out for you? And this is the big danger. And so my conspiracy theory is like, maybe they want this. They want you to be dependent on them. You know, this is what's got my wheels turning. That's what's got me like, fudge, bro. Like, you got to make something happen in the next 5 years.
Yep. And again, we're going to keep saying, guys, he's giving you all the facts. And if it happens, right? Because, like, you can look at some cities in the United States right now. People are killing each other to survive. Now, there's other things going on, gang banging and all that, right? Gang violence. But there's a lot of people that can't feed their families, and they're going out and robbing people. And it's happening now. Mm-hmm. Okay? So what's going to happen in another 5 or 10 years, 15 years, when less and less jobs are available? You know? And again, it's a natural selection. Survival of the fittest. And you said it best before we started the podcast. You said, people think that survival of the fittest is like you being the strongest. You know? No, it's who adapts the best. You know, adaptability. You have to be able to adapt to any situation that's given. And that's what will separate you, right? During COVID, I had to shut down all my businesses. Mm-hmm. So many people had to shut down all their businesses. But what did you do? Did you stay at home? I didn't stay at home. I kept working. I had to find another way. I did find another way either. So thank God, but I found another way. How many people decided to go find another way? How many people decided to let somebody or something stop them? Right? The world keeps spinning. Guess what? The moon comes up, comes back down. The sun comes up and comes back down every single day.
Yeah.
So why you get to stop? Right? Why are you stopping? What have you created so far? Okay? And so setting your life up for survival is the key to this. Now, you can take this into any context you want, guys. Like I said at the beginning, you can say paranoia, you can say this is a disaster, and you can say whatever it is. But it's there's so much that we can do. Everything good?
Dang, I think it says we only have like 3 minutes left of recording.
No big deal. It depends on you to see, to come up with that, you know? And he talked about UBI, you know, Universal Basic Income, you relying on the government. Okay, you're relying on the government for what? You think that you're going to rely on the government and they're going to give you income and you get to live in like suburbs? You get to live in this nice house or this ranch or this farm with acreage? No, you don't. You're going to live in a little 10 by 10 shack most likely for it to really work. You're not going to get the luxuries of your life. And so what's the quality of your life from that? If it ever gets to that point. Okay? And we hope it never gets to that point. But all you're going to be is a hamster on the wheel. That's all you're going to be, which most people are right now. So think about the person being born into that life, your child or your grandkid, if you don't do nothing about it. Okay? So it's up to you guys. That's all we're making this podcast is for you to decide, for you to get some awareness and let your bells go off now to think, what do I do? What do I need to do to create the life that I want? How do I create the life that I want? What skill am I going to acquire to get the life that I want? You know, that's all we want to do with this. Now, you can take this to any level you want. You can say, hey, this is the end of the world for us. You can say, hey, I need to change the way I act. I need to change the way I work, to change the way I live, the way I spend money, the way I do this, the way I do that. That's all we want to talk about. But you guys need to think and have thoughts about the Takeover AI. And if it's not the Takeover AI, think about how the quality of your future that you create, that you are responsible for, nobody else. But that's it for me. You got anything to add?
100%. I think even if you might be like, oh, these guys are paranoid, these guys are taking it too serious. Even let's say you hustle and you make it happen by 2030. What's the downfall? You made it sooner than we thought of made it, Like that cheesy saying. You aim for the moon. If you miss, you land a star. So even if the worst thing, even if we were just saying the sky's falling and it didn't fall. Worst part about it is you made some money, you changed your life, and things went out good for you.
100%. All right, guys. So it's up to you to make what you want, to create the life that you want. It's your responsibility, specifically as a man, guys. That's your responsibility. Nobody's responsibility. Create the life that you want for yourself and your family, okay? Nobody else will create it for you. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Let us know. I want to hear your thoughts on this. So when I post this, you better share, you better comment, you better let us know what do you think about this. But like always, guys, sharpen your sword, and I'll catch you on the next episode of Sharpen Your Sword Podcast. Peace out.